right, we're here. I'm your host, Alex.
And I'm Davi.
And this is our podcast, According to We. Thanks for joining us on another episode of According to We podcast. I'm your host, Alex, and I'm here today with my co-host, Davi.
Yes, that's right. I'm here. So elated you guys could join us again.
So, Davi, I've been watching the news lately, and this Omicron variant, what's up?
Yo.
It's going crazy right now. I don't know about you, but 2022's definitely hit me with some 2025 right
Honestly, things look like they're about to shut down again. What is happening?
I don't even know what to say.
That Omicron variant, I don't even know. But you mentioned Omicron, but let's talk about all the other new variants that are coming out with it. What I'm talking about, I'm gonna tell you what I'm talking about. You got the IHU, Deltacron, which is a mix of the Delta and Omicron. You also have the Epsilon, and then I also heard about somebody who got Flurona, which is a double infection of influenza and corona.
Sounds like a no. That's a hard no for me.
I feel like this is past crazy. Okay, there's just so much variation of COVID that I just want you guys to understand at this point, especially with how rapid it's spreading. Like, please know that, like, I feel like we're at the point now where there's probably just nothing you can do. I've heard people even say the myth about, you get COVID because you're dirty. No. It has nothing to do with being dirty. The way this virus is mutating, like, it is just your luck of the draw at this point. Please know that the reaction is individual to you. Nobody else. It doesn't matter, even, like, family. Genetics don't even play a role in this thing, and the way it affects you whenever you're actually infected. And also know that, like, viruses are intended to mutate. So pretty much until herd immunity is reached, it's just not going anywhere for now. Like, we have to understand that that's what viruses are designed to do. They're designed to infect. And until we have all contracted this, it's just going to be here for now. Like, it's just going to be here for now.
Yeah, you know? Hearing you say the word contracted, I got a little PTSD right there.
Oh.
Your homegirl has got hit twice now.
Oh, my gosh.
I think the crazier part about it is that it literally happened a year later. Like, here I was thinking I was A-okay. Like, I did my time. It's going to never happen to me again. But I'm going to talk to you about what I went through. Mm-hmm. So, the first time I had it, I'm going to give you a little backstory. So, at that time, I was having a little trouble with my wisdom teeth. Mm-hmm. So, I'm over here like, dang, do I do the surgery or not? Blah, blah, blah. So, I've just been thinking about it for a couple weeks. But, obviously back there was hurting. And, everything's connected up through there. So, I'm like, I have a slight headache. Like, it's just from my toothache. Like, that's all it is. Because, a toothache is serious and it could go anywhere it wants. True. So I was like, it's just a toothache. All right, copy. So I called my dentist now and I'm like, you need to look at this because I can't do this no more. I can't think straight at work. Like, the tooth is killing me. So like, okay. So she's like, that's fine, but you need to get checked by your regular physician. But I'm like, ma'am, I told you my tooth. She's like, no, it's protocol right now. The way COVID is moving about. I'm like, lady, like, I don't have no COVID. Like, what are you saying? So I called the physician, and they wouldn't even see me in the office. It had to be a virtual visit. I'm like, are y'all playing right now? So I go, and she's like, yeah, it sounds like you have COVID. I'm like, ma'am, you have COVID. Because I can't have COVID. Like, do you know what you're saying? Like, ma'am, my tooth, okay? Or gel ain't nothing working no more, baby girl. Like, just help me out, please. Well, I'll be damned. Your girl went and got tested straight with the positive, okay?
Oh, my gosh.
I'm over here just sitting, waiting for the results because I did a rapid. And she's handing out the papers in the line, and she's like, don't be discouraged. I'm over here looking for the results. Discouraged about what, ma'am? I don't see anything on this paper. And then I saw positive. I said, well, I'll be. So at this point, I'm just like, okay. And so I get home and, my mom is like, you lying. I was like, swear to God. So, banished, okay? When I tell you I never wanted 14 days to be over and done with so bad, but the following day, I got a headache out of this world. So I've had a concussion before, and it's just, no. And that headache was my concussion times 10. So anybody who's had COVID and had a headache, I'm so sorry. Because I know what you feel like, okay? Like, crazy. And then, my family doesn't play those games, so I was banished to my room, didn't see the light of day. Couldn't go to the fridge, couldn't get a fruit, nothing. I had to announce if I wanted to exit my room, okay? So, social life wasn't there, okay? And you don't even realize how important conversation is when you're just going through stuff like that. Because you're used to being around people, but when you can't be, you're just like, what's going on? Like, this is too much. And then the second time I had it, it was better because, as I said, Omicron's going crazy. The whole house got it. So, we were just one infested territory together. So, like, overall, I'd say the second time around was better.
Good for you. So let's talk about my personal COVID experience because, I'm not going to hold y'all. I was dipping and dodging. Like, I was going to work, overly obsessive cleaning of everything, okay? Mask, double mask, made sure I isolated myself. Like, I literally was dipping and dodging the COVID bullets, okay? Co-workers, everybody was getting taken out around me left and right. Like, I wasn't getting, like, I thought I was good. I was like, I'm doing this really well. I'm social distancing. I'm wearing my mask. That's my choice. And protecting myself as best can. And lo and behold, this Omarion, whatever his name is, that want to come out here and just literally took me out. Okay, she was talking about symptoms. What do you have, a headache, ma'am? Is that what you had?
Yes.
A headache.
It was radiating.
Okay, let's talk about my symptoms. Symptoms, all of them, okay? Everything is what I had. All right? We're talking about the headache, the fever, the chills, the nasal congestion, the sinus pressure, the body aches were out of this world.
Yeah,
I literally felt like somebody was holding a lighter to my back because it was on fire, okay? Everything. And the last, but most definitely not the least symptom was the cough. The cough, I still have the cough. I still have it. It's like small, light now, lingering. The cough came from the depths of the gutter of my abdomen, okay? Like, the cough, not only could I barely, breathe because my lungs felt like they were non-existent, but on top of that, I hit it with a cough, and then the cough extra knocks the wind out of me. There was, the first 3 days, I couldn't move. Move where? See what? Of course, I was isolated. It could happen. Couldn't go anywhere anyway. It was just the worst experience of my life, and I thank God that I'm one of the fortunate ones who was able to make it, able to actually survive. I can't imagine
it's true.
Those people who were in the hospital, people who were on ventilators for over a month, and even some of them still make it. But let's talk about the ones who didn't make it. And I am vaccinated. So let me put that tidbit in there too. It's not about the vaccine. It's the vaccine, yes, gives us an exposure to this virus in hopes that it doesn't affect us this bad. But I need you to understand that it's dependent on the person. Her symptom was a headache, and I pretty much was on my deathbed. And we have close relation. So it doesn't matter what your genetics are. It is based upon how your body takes this. Now, people argue, oh, your immune system has to be better, but also your immune system fights differently. So maybe hers doesn't have to you have symptoms. Maybe hers is strong enough to fight without the symptoms. Maybe mine is like, no, you need these symptoms because I know if I don't give you these symptoms, you about to be walking outside, key, like you like to do. So that's probably how my body reacts to it. Lo and behold, I want to say that all of these experiences has given me a new perspective on mental health living in this new norm of COVID. COVID has literally changed everything. Everything that we thought wasn't possible is not possible. For example, the whole drive up, curbside pickup, delivery. It's literally changed the way of life for us. And for me, it's hard. This is hard to watch. It's hard to watch our kids, like, even struggling to go to school. These kids nowadays, school? What school? They don't even know what's going on. 1 minute they're in school, 1 minute they're out of school, 1 minute they're virtual, the next minute they're in person.
What extracurricular activities?
Exactly. I mean, the other day, our state mandated that middle school kids need to wear KN95 mask or N95 mask. I don't know how they're going to breathe in school.
I can't breathe with that now.
Exactly. I mean, it's hard to watch. It's hard to watch our loved ones sick. It's hard to watch our loved ones, or for those who have passed away. It's taking such a toll on us socially. And I just want to make sure I can do my part. Like, just protect yourself, however you choose to protect yourself, because we need to make sure that we are grateful for the time given to us. There was a quote that I read in a book, and I think it kind of sums up everything, not only just with COVID, but in general. And the quote says, "Every morning that you wake up and take your first breath, know that you have just breathed in a blessing. Be grateful for the present that you have and you're able to live."
As far as a new perspective on life goes, I definitely agree with that. Personally, right now where I work, it's my job to keep track of how many COVID cases that we have, like people out on leave. Like, if I gotta reach out, make sure they're okay, give them that phone call. But like, people are dropping like flies.
Yeah.
And a lot of people, still take this as a game. As you said, many lives have been lost. So like, the fact that I have even surpassed it, survived it 2 times now, like, I'm grateful. It still feels unreal at times, because when you hear the stats, you're just like, it just seems like numbers until you have some type of personal experience with it. My perspective as far as community and relationship goes, like, I appreciate it so much. Even just looking at the test shortages and all that type of stuff that has been going on, when you see that there are people risking their lives to hold this drive to get people the resources that they need, that at-home tests and stuff, a lot of people take that lightly. They don't have to do that. They're volunteering. So like, just to see, like, you don't even know these people, but you just want to make sure, like, at this point, we all need to overcome this together. Like, that's the only way. And then, like, I'm kind of, that friend or that family member. Like, when I see you, we're always 100. But I wouldn't always be the one to reach out. But after being in exile for those 14 days, I'm like, you don't even realize how far a phone call can go.
Right.
Or that text message.
Right.
To reach out and say, hey, I hope you have a great day. Even if you don't get a response, sometimes you're just like, you might be going through it and you say something, you're like, oh, you thought of me? Like, you don't even know what that can do, especially like all the sick and shut-ins, or like the elderly who can't risk their lives, so they literally don't go outside at all. Like, maybe they just open their door. Like, you can't see grandchildren, you can't see aunts and uncles. Like, a lot of that is going on. Like, there are people that got together over the holiday season in 2021 and they hadn't seen each other in years because of this virus. So, it's not anything to take lightly. It takes a lot to be okay today, and that's okay. I think we need to stop being so concerned about people's opinions, about their decisions in regards to us. Don't worry about them. It's okay. Everybody places judgment, but you just need to know, work at your own pace, do things on your own time, and it's okay. If you feel like you're behind, you're not, because you're where you need to be for you, and your time will come, because we are all in our own race. That's all we have for you guys today. It's been a great conversation.
Follow us at According to We Podcast. That's according_to_we_podcast for the next updates, for the next episode launching. That's all we got today, guys. Thank you so much. I hope this conversation has helped you just as much as we enjoyed having it today. We out. According to we, according to we, not just to me. According to we, that's right, we're here. I'm your host, Alex.
And I'm Davi.
And this is our podcast.